Okay, real talk. You've probably seen a headline this week that says the Phoenix housing market's on fire, and another one that says it's cooling off, both from the same website on the same day. So which one is it? Both, kind of, and neither, kind of, which sounds like something a fortune cookie would say. But stick with me because today I'm going to cut through all the noise and look at what's actually happening in Maricopa County for single family homes and patio homes. No jargon, no doom and gloom, no hype, just the facts explained in a way that actually makes sense. I'm Suri Atkins, a real estate consultant here in the Phoenix Valley. And whether you're thinking about buying, selling, or just really like watching real estate videos, welcome and let's get into it. All right, first up, inventory, and specifically something called months of supply. Here's what that means. If 0 new homes came on the market starting today, how many months would it take to sell every single home that's currently listed? That number is your months of supply. Think of it like your refrigerator. You've got groceries for 2 days and 6 people are coming over for dinner. That's a seller's market. Everyone's fighting over that last slice of pizza. On the flip side, if your refrigerator is stuffed and nobody's hungry, that's a buyer's market. The pizza that's been in there for a week, you're now basically begging for somebody to take it. So we are in Phoenix right now. In Maricopa County, we're currently sitting in what a real estate professional calls a transitional market. We've moved from the ultra low inventory levels we saw in 2021 and 22, but we're not drowning in listings either. What does this actually mean for you? Means buyers have more options than they did a few years ago and more negotiating power. Sellers still have the upper hand in certain price ranges, but it's not a feeding frenzy we've been used to. Here's the important split you need to know. Entry-level homes, think under 400K, are still moving fast. There are a lot of people competing for those. But as you move up in price, the inventory gets thicker and buyers get more leverage. So let's talk price, because this is usually where people ears perk up and where a lot of bad decisions get made. Year over year, the median home prices in Maricopa County have held relatively steady compared to the peak of 22. We're not seeing the 20 to 25% appreciation years anymore. Those years are basically a once in a generation situation driven by a perfect storm of low rates, pandemic, migration, and people panic buying houses like it was the last roll of toilet paper on the shelf. We all remember 2020. Let's not go back. But here's what we're seeing now is more modest, more sustainable appreciation in the low single digit percentages, depending on the neighborhood and price point. Some pockets of the valley are flat. Some are still nudging upward. Here's the key. Split you need to know or understand is entry level and mid-range single family homes are holding value better than the luxury segment. Why? Because demand at the lower end is driven by necessity. People need places to live while luxury is more discretionary. When rates are high, luxury buyers can wait. First-time buyers often feel they can't. Patio homes, those smaller, low-maintenance properties that are perfect for downsizers, snowbirds, or actually holding up really well right now. The demographic is strong, and supply in that niche is limited in a lot of communities. We can't talk about the market without talking about mortgage rates. I know. Nobody wants to hear it, but here we are. Rates are higher than they were during the pandemic era, buying frenzy. That's just a fact. And that changed the math a lot for buyers in a pretty specific way. Let me give you a quick example. That a 400K home in a 3% interest rate, which is what people are getting a few years ago, gives you a very different monthly payment with that same home in today's rates. We're talking potentially $700, $800, even $900 more per month, depending on your down payment and loan type. That is not nothing. That is a car payment or a vacation or a very solid grocery run for a large family. So, what are buyers doing? A few things. Some are waiting and watching, hoping rates come down. Some are buying down the rate with points. Some are getting creative with adjustable rate mortgages. And some are just accepting the reality and buying anyway, knowing they can refinance if rates dropped. Here's the thing though, Phoenix has continued to grow. People are moving here from California, the Midwest, and from the Pacific Northwest. The demand drivers haven't gone away. So sitting on the sidelines has costs too, because while you're waiting, prices aren't necessarily falling the way people hope. Okay, sellers, this part is for you, and I'm going to be straight with you because that's more useful than cheerleading. The days of throwing a phone photo on Zillow and getting 47 offers in 48 hours, those are gone. In this market, how you prepare and price your home matters a lot. Let's start with pricing. In a traditional market, the most dangerous thing a seller can do is overprice. Here's why. When a home sits too long without selling, buyers start to assume something is wrong with it, even if it's totally fine. It gets a stigma. And then you end up doing a price drop that ultimately nets you less than had you priced it right from day one. Think of it like a restaurant that's opened with prices way too high. Even if the food is great, people walk past it. When they finally drop prices, the reputation's already a little dinged. Now, let's talk preparation. Buyers today have options more than they did in 2022. So your competition isn't just the house down the street, it's every home in your price range that a buyer might be considering. Updated, clean, well-lit, professionally photographed, homes are selling faster and for more money. This is not optional anymore. It's the baseline. For patio homes, especially, staging and presentation can make a massive difference. Buyers in this market are often downsizing and they want to be able to picture their life immediately. Don't make them work for it. Buyers, good news. You've got more tools in the toolbox right now than buyers had 2 or 3 years ago. Let's talk about what those are. Number one, negotiation is back. This is huge. In 2021, asking for a seller to contribute to closing costs or asking for repairs after inspection was basically a joke. You got laughed right out of the conversation. Today, totally normal. In many price ranges, especially above 500K, sellers expect it. Don't be afraid to ask. The worst they can do is say no. Number two, condition contingencies matter again. You can actually do an inspection and then negotiate based on what you found. Revolutionary concept, right? Jokes aside, this protects you. Use it. Number three, be strategic about what you're looking for in Maricopa County. There are submarkets within submarkets. A neighborhood in Chandler or Gilbert might still be moving fast. A similar home in a less demand zip code might give you a lot more room to negotiate. Your agent should be pulling neighborhood level data, not just a county-wide average. For patio homes, buyers specifically, be patient, but be ready. When the right one hits in a desirable community, it can still move quickly. Have your financing lined up, know your numbers, and don't lose a great home because you needed a week to think about it. All right, let's bring it home. Here's the honest truth about the Phoenix market right now. It's not a disaster. It's not a bubble about to pop. It is not 2028 hiding in a trench coat, but it's also not 2021. That ship has sailed, and honestly, that's a healthier place to be. What we have right now is a market that rewards people who are prepared, strategic, and realistic. Buyers who do their homework and work with somebody who actually knows the data, not just the vibes, have real opportunities. Sellers who price right and present well are still getting solid results. The big takeaway I want to leave you with today is this. The right time to buy or sell is almost never about the market alone. It's about your life, your timeline, your goals. Are you relocating for a job? Is your family growing or shrinking? Are you sitting in a house that doesn't fit your life anymore, watching the news and waiting for the perfect moment that may never come? The perfect moment isn't coming, but a well-executed move in the right conditions. If you want to know exactly what's happening in your specific neighborhood, your zip code, your price range, your property type, I put together a free no pressure market snapshot for homeowners and buyers in the Maricopa County. Just hit the link below or send me a message and I'll get it over to you. And if you found this video useful, do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe. If you haven't already, drop a comment below. Tell me, are you currently thinking about buying, selling, or are you just keeping a close eye on the market? I read every single one. I'm Suri Atkins, and thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.